Most people don't die from diabetes. They die because no one told them what came before diabetes. In many communities, what we might call normal tiredness, stress, or even spiritual attack may actually be prediabetes slightly progressing. Hello, everyone. I am Nkiruka, a healthcare professional and someone living with diabetes. Today, I'm going to talk about something even more dangerous than full blown diabetes itself, and the word is prediabetes. Because in many low and medium income countries, prediabetes is rarely detected, it is even rarely discussed, and most often it's misunderstood as either witchcraft or even spiritual attack. And this silence is costing lives. So, in section 1, I'm going to talk about or define prediabetes, just a simple explanation, just easy for everyone to understand. So, prediabetes actually means that your blood sugars are higher than normal, but they're not high enough for you to be diagnosed with diabetes. So, this is your body's early warning system. And the good news about prediabetes is that it is reversible if it is detected early. So, in section 2, we're going to talk about why it is actually dangerous, especially in low and medium income countries. In many African and low and medium income settings, symptoms are like all the time ignored or even misinterpreted. The routine screening is very rare and most times is quite expensive, so most people can't even afford to go for routine screening because of the cost of the screening, because we all pay out of pockets. Cultural beliefs actually override any medical advice in that setting, and people seek care very, very late when it's at the dying minute, when nothing else can be done. So, instead of catching it early, people present with stroke, kidney failure, vision loss, diabetic foot complications, or even sudden deaths. So this is not because it was unavoidable, but because it was undetected. So now, section 3, we're going to talk about the commonly misunderstood symptoms associated with prediabetes. So I'm going to break this down very, very simply, step by step. So the following symptoms are often dismissed as, oh, someone is constantly tired, and you just brush it over and say, oh, I'm just stressed, I'm really stressed out. Or someone is frequenting the toilet, passing a lot of urine, and the person will tell you, oh, I drank 2 liters of water, so that's why I'm passing out so much urine. And someone might have or experience increased hunger, and you just sum it up as, oh, I'm a foodie, I like food. And someone might even end up having a blurry vision, and you say, oh, just my eyes, I didn't sleep well, so I think that's why my eyes are blurry. So these are symptoms, and some people even present with dark patches around their neck. So this is what we call acanthosis nigricans. So if you notice black patches around your neck, don't dismiss it as being dirt, and you keep scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing your skin. And in some other cases, you might have a little sore and you will experience very slow healing, and you will just brush it off again as, oh, it will heal with time, Joe, in the Nigerian terms. So these are all symptoms that don't just pop up randomly. They are actually metabolic warning signs. Section 4, we're going to talk about why symptoms are most often mislabeled. So in the low and medium income settings, symptoms are often linked to, number 1, spiritual causes. This is the number one mislabeled symptom of prediabetes. The first thing someone will tell you, oh, this is a spiritual attack, this is witchcraft, you stepped on one voodoo doll somewhere, and that's what has caused your issues. And then secondly, there's always a herbal explanation. And then some people tell you, oh, it's normal aging. Some people will also tell you, oh, it's hard work or fatigue. But here's the truth: your body does not lie. It's just signals before it actually breaks down into pieces. So you should always pay attention to all these signals. So section 5, I'm going to talk about just simple tools for early detection. You don't need any expensive technology to start. What you need include, number 1, risk awareness. So you need a risk awareness checklist. So you're going to ask yourself the following questions. Do I have a family history of diabetes? Am I overweight or have abdominal fat? Do I feel constantly tired? Do I crave for very sugary food? If yes to 2 or more of these questions that I have just asked, you need to please run to the nearest hospital or healthcare center and get tested. Second, your waist circumference check. So increased belly fat is equal to higher insulin resistance. So a simple measuring tape can actually save your life. So you have to check your waist circumference. If you notice that it's getting bigger and you're having more abdominal fat, then that's a warning sign, because increased insulin resistance is equal to prediabetes and eventually diabetes. Number 3, community glucose screening. So if there are pharmacy stores around or outreach programs that happen in churches or mosques, screenings can be arranged to be done in such places. And you need to know that even just one finger prick can detect your risk of developing prediabetes. So number 4, we'll talk about symptom awareness cards. So this is a very low cost tool. Having posters in churches, in clinics, in the marketplace is very, very important about the common symptoms that come with prediabetes. Even on your WhatsApp groups, if you have infographics, that will also help. And even putting the symptoms in local languages will also create awareness. And I need to let you all know that awareness and advocacy is a very, very good diagnostic tool. Lifestyle self audit. So what you need to watch out for here is, what time did I eat? How often do I move in terms of your physical activity? And how much processed food or sugary foods do you consume in a day? So these patterns actually matter. So heading off to section 6, we're going to talk about how to prevent progression. So if it's detected early, all you need to do is adjust your meal timing. Adjusting your meal timing to align with your body's biological system. I've talked a lot about the circadian rhythm. That is your biological system. So eat at the right time. Adjust your meal timing to align with the way your body functions and metabolizes different meals. Just follow the natural system and you'll be fine. And you also need to reduce the consumption of refined carbohydrates, increase your physical activity, and please prioritize your sleep and make it a habit to monitor your blood sugars on a regular basis. Prediabetes is actually a window of opportunity for you to make very meaningful changes. So in section 7, my message. In my lived experience and communication with so many persons living with diabetes, the biggest problem is not diabetes, it's actually late awareness. We must shift from treating the disease to actually detecting risk earlier, because early detection is not just medicine, it's survival. My call to action today is If this message actually resonates with you, share this video, talk to your family members, and please do get tested today, because someone around you may already be at risk and not know it. So I want to say a big thank you all for watching my video, and this is me blowing healthy messages to you, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.